the second it started getting back through them for the second time, so we have number 1 over here and then number 2 over here. Once it got through the second time, this was the beginning of the bull run. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today is Thursday, and I thought, hey, let's just kind of take a look at the charts and what they're kind of just doing over the last few days. I know for the most part, we're looking at charts and analysis on really big time frames, setting out what are the long-term targets. But a lot of times people are kind of, wanting to see what's going on in the kind of day-to-day action. What are we really looking at? And I thought, hey, today would be a good opportunity to really just kind of dive into more of the things that I look at when I'm looking at charts. And I've talked about these things like when I'm like showing other charts and stuff, but never really explain them in too much detail. But there's a couple of different things that I look at, and mainly it's going to be price levels. I also do like to look down here at the RSI a lot and in the MACD as well. They give me an indication of which direction the market's moving in. Has the selling pressure kind of calmed down? Are we moving back into buying pressure again? And what are we doing here? Are we hovering above bullish relative strength? Are we in bearish relative strength? And right over here, this is going to be this level of 50 right in here in the middle is telling us whether or not the market is behaving bullishly or it's behaving bearishly. So when we're down here underneath the 50 on the RSI, we can see that we are just kind of tracking lower and lower and lower. And a lot of times the goal is, of course, to accumulate for me, at least. I'm always trying to accumulate as the price is going lower. And you have to really kind of try to figure out where is this bottom going to be before we ever get back into this bullish zone. Or at least that's what I'm doing as a speculator. So even though it's super, super, super bearish, you can see way down here at a 23 or a 22 or 21, I'm trying to make my buys way down here before we ever even turn into bullish. So it's trying to kind of figure out, where is the, where do we see the turnaround happening at? And so this is one of the tools that I use a whole lot. And right now we can see that XRP is in a bullish zone in the relative strength. We are hovering and bouncing above the 50 in relative strength on the daily time frame. So right now you hear me just talking like, hey, everything is cool, everything is great, we're just consolidating. And that's one of the reasons why there's nothing on this chart indicating that we are bearish right now. So things look good right here. Also with the MACD, we are starting to get really close to a cross. Now we are above the zero, so let's see, how high can it get? It can certainly get much higher. We can look like this. It has a long ways to go before it gets too far away from, the middle area here. So everything looks fine with the consolidation in regards to the MACD. It's just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And hey, it looks like it's starting to want to kind of, boy, that chart's really breaking on itself there, isn't it? It looks like it's wanting to cross back over again. So we're going to watch and see. We don't know yet. I mean, this thing could just pull one of these guys right here and come back on down. We don't know. We're going to find out. But we do see that we are bullish on the relative strength, in addition to the fact that we've talked about, several times with the whole Fibonacci retracement levels looking great. So everything looks cool. We look over here on the other charts right now, and we can see, you have like Zcash that is really breaking out. And let me throw some moving averages on the screen for you guys real quick. So we have the 200-day, the 100-day, and the 50-day. You can see right here, Zcash itself has gotten up above the 200-day and is starting to break. What about Litecoin? Litecoin today is breaking above the 200-day moving average. What about EOS? Same thing, breaking above, finding support, and now making another move up above the 200-day moving average. And we're seeing this throughout the whole chart. So let's go look at total 2. Total 2 is the total market cap for the altcoins. So you can see we've got the exact same thing. It has a breakout with finding some support on top of the 200-day moving average, and we're continuing our grind up. When we go back and we look at the charts from 2014 and 2015, we could see that we did this exact same thing. That once the big bear market came all the way down, it did break up above all of the daily moving averages. Then it broke back down below all of them. And the second it started getting back through them for the second time, so we have number 1 over here and then number 2 over here. Once it got through the second time, this was the beginning of the bull run. That's exactly what happened last time. That's exactly what I'm expecting now. All of my charts have indicated for several reasons on why this was the bottom right there. You can go back and watch my videos to see those. But this is just another confirmation for us right now that we are finding some support on top of this 200-day moving average with the altcoins and that we're breaking through. Now, some people are going to say, well, wait a minute, why isn't that happening for XRP? XRP is its own animal, and it's always done that. And, with technical analysis pinpointing the exact time where this thing would have just ran flat for so long, it suddenly just blew out of the water. It's going to be hard to pinpoint the exact time that happens. We have talked about that there would be consolidation in this zone right here, likely for about 4 or 5 weeks. Well, we're now 2 weeks into that consolidation. We'll see. But otherwise, all the indicators even tell you that everything is fine. And my opinion is that would just be some timed news to go along with the chart. So we get nice and consolidated, nice and tight. Everything's bullish and ready to rock. They release the news, and then we can sit here and say, hey, the chart's exploding because of the news. But really, all the indicators told us this leading up to this moment in time. So hopefully everybody kind of positioned themselves to prepare for that. One thing I talk about on here is how I really like coin roll hunting. There's a real big reason on why I like that. And it's because I just also not only just love cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is a commodity, right? It's a digital asset. It's like a hedge against the dollar or other currencies kind of falling apart. So I love gold and silver just as much as I love cryptocurrency. There's no difference in them. I love them both equally. Give me a bar of silver or, big stack of silver coins, and I'm the happiest guy in the world. So I'm also looking over here at, silver, and I'm looking at gold, and all of them, they look good too. Now with gold, it's one of these big moments on gold, and I think gold's going to give us kind of an insight into what's really going on. You can see right here that gold has almost completed a complete retrace of its like multi-year bear market. So it topped out in 2011, it bottomed out in 2015, and now it's grinding back. Right now it's fighting up here against the 0.618 Fibonacci retrace level of this entire bearish move. Now, what's going to happen when it gets up here is the big question. Is it actually going to break out above all of this stuff, get above the 0.786? Well, if it does, my opinion would be that this thing's actually just going to keep on going. Well, if gold's going to keep on going, that means that people are interested in investing in alternatives to the dollar, right? So that means they're leaving the stock market, they're leaving the dollars, and they're going into commodities that are stores of value. Well, we've heard that store of value term used a lot for cryptocurrency. So, in my opinion, I think gold is also a good indicator of what's to come for cryptocurrency. Gold has turned the corner. What about silver? Silver is actually lagging behind. If silver was actually going to be keeping up with gold, silver would already be all the way up here. It would be at $35 per ounce. So silver is still on sale down here at $17, kind of like what we always hear in the cryptocurrency world, right? Or at least we did in 2017, that Bitcoin is the gold and the gold standard, and, Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin's gold or whatever. So, it's kind of one of these things that we always see, right? So when people say, hey, why isn't XRP going? Well, hey, why isn't silver going, right? I mean, gold's going. Silver has more use cases than gold does, and it's also a store of value. Why isn't silver going? It's just the way markets work, and sometimes they just don't move perfectly at the exact same time. I still have zero doubt that XRP will do just fine. I think we're seeing just the exact same kind of thing as with silver. And I am also accumulating as much silver as I can and throwing it into the safety deposit boxes as fast as I can. And of course, this video wouldn't be complete if we didn't at least take a look at Bitcoin, and we throw on that 200-day moving average, and we can see that Bitcoin has broken back above and closed above several days above this 200-day moving average. Things are looking really optimistic. Let me show you something else that I wanted to talk about with Bitcoin, at least, is that we could see over here, one of the things I was watching on was that 0.702 Fibonacci retrace level that we've got right here. You can see that we did break out above it, and we've back tested it, and we have found it as support. So we're looking for that. Bitcoin is actually going to get above this 0.786. If we get above that 0.786, so if we get above, $9,500, I anticipate that we would at least have our eyes set on the next target, which would be all the way up to 11,600, 11,700. Now, there's one other thing to keep an eye on regarding this level that we're at right now. So why did we only get above the 0.702? Why did we not go any higher than this? We haven't even reached out to the 0.786 yet. What is the thing that's holding us down and keeping us right here? So I was trying to figure that out and see what can I find on these charts that would tell me that. So zoom out to the daily time frame, and we can lay down our Fibonacci's on the entire bear market, and we find something interesting, right? there. We can see that we are actually butting our head up here against the 0.382 Fibonacci retrace level. So I'm expecting that once we get above that, so really once we get above, 9,400, 9,500, there's a lot of shorts that will get entered here, right? So even like bots, even programs, artificial intelligence, whatever you want to call it, all of the trading bots know that they need to short right here. They need to create a sell entry on this Fibonacci level. It's not just me saying I like these things. No, people program their trading bots to behave based on these levels right here. So that's why they're also really good, is because we know that people are using their bots to trade them. So we see that it gets stopped here. I would suspect if we can break above that 9,500, we would see a pretty big surge pretty fast. All the stop losses that are set above that point, the stop losses that are set above that 0.382 will all get triggered. So all shorts will get closed, and then the bots will know to go long. So the second we break above that 9,500, I would expect it would actually be a really fast surge. So we'll see what happens. So if we get above that level, expect prices might start moving up really fast. Then, we'll be looking at our next price zone where there'll be heavy resistance, and that about $11,500 zone. So break that 9,500. It's practically a free ticket to 11,500, and then we can assess where we go from there. But hey, that's going to wrap it up for the technical analysis in this video. I hope that you guys are having just an absolutely awesome week. And hey, we're almost at the end of the week. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll see what kind of content I intend on pushing out tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll do a live stream, one video, two videos. Who knows? I don't have a plan yet. We'll kind of wing it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this content where we kind of just went through what's going on today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get notified when I go live or when I create new videos. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.